All right, Shalom. All right, before I get started, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here pushing this word of truth in all sincerity. Shalom to you all. All right, back at it again. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying, informative, and in the spirit, most importantly, you know. It just was, I don't have a title for it yet, but, you know, just thinking about time. I know I did a lesson on change the other day, but change and time go hand in hand with each other. It takes time to change. All right. Now, watched a video earlier, which I might screenshot it and put it as a thumbnail, and or I'm gonna upload the short onto my page so it can be seen, because regular people are waking up to these things. It's see what are starting with our apostles and elders have been prophesying for decades at this point, and we're now reaching, and we've entered into that work of prophecy. It's coming to pass. Okay? It's over with for you YT people, man. All right? AKA you pink people. AKA you Caucasians. AKA are better known as Edomites. Your time is up, man. A lot of this change that we're anticipating, expecting, hoping for, preparing for is off of the backs of the change that's coming to you. So I was watching this video, and this Jake, and when I mean Jake, I just mean a so-called black man. He wasn't in the truth or anything, but he was just talking about, like, man, when you look at these so-called white people on their day-to-day life, day-to-day, you could see in their faces that they're mad that they woke up alive this morning. They, you know, see, going back to, I was, you know, meditating on this last night, and I read a little bit of it. When you go back to Genesis, the 25th chapter, when Esau was born, which, if you don't know by now, which you will find out, you so-called white people, you're Edomites. All right, now this isn't a color thing. You got dark-skinned Edomites, which I'm gonna tell you, a great movie a great series, limited series that I just watched, came out a few years ago. I think it's something, The Fall of the House of Usher. And then within that show, you had a so-called white man. He basically sold his soul for riches. And basically the demon that he sold his soul to, the cost of it was that when he died, everybody in his line died. When he died, everybody. So his family, as he was approaching death, they started getting clipped. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because at his table, his children he had his children with his wife, which is a white woman, and they all looked like typical white children. And then he also had children with a black woman, and I think an Arab woman. And those children, one of the black woman, the child that he had with a black woman, looked like a so-called black woman. Because even Esau knows these things, that the line starts with the father. But in the beginning of Esau, the account goes that what? When he came out of the womb, it said the first one came out was red, and then the second one, which was Jacob, held onto his ankle, which was a sign of things to come, because Jacob's the one that's pulling Esau out of his power structure. All right, starting with this is simply the truth. Simply the truth. The truth is exposing this devil, and he's been falling ever since the truth has been released on the earth. Truth is destroying him. He's being exposed. See, even right now, things is happening, but you can feel a drag. You can feel a drag in Esau's master plan because it's all odds is on him at this point. The people that he was once doing this against are anticipating him and waiting for him, and some of us are looking forward to it. Like, come on. And that energy against him is a force he can't deal with. Niggas getting cold feet when it's time to perform. They like Eminem and 8 Mile. That's what the elite are going through. Your so-called elite, you know, the elite of Esau, your Rothschilds, your DuPonts, Rockefellers, and all those characters on down. They're getting cold feet. They want to move. That's why the Lord said if this work was of man, it would come to naught. But the Lord is going to finish it. The Lord going to put the spirit on you devils to do this, because in reality, you don't want to do it. You in the bathroom throwing up off the thought of what you got to do. Because you know it when you do what you got to do. But Donnie Hathaway, change gonna come. That change gonna come. See, the Lord, Yahweh, through his son Yahweh Shai, is the ancient of times. The creator of time. That's why the scriptures say that in a twinkle of an eye, the elect shall be changed. In 1 hour shall this kingdom come to naught. The Lord is the ultimate in control of time. Therefore, he's the ultimately in control of change. But you so-called white people, get ready for your change. Get ready for your change. And you all know it. You feel it. Your pride won't allow you to fully accept it. Your women have accepted it. That's the spirit. The water you have about you. I'm just going to speak on that in here. Keep it simple. Your women are ready for change. You so-called white women have already given up. And you're ready. That's why it says in the book of Job that your widows shall not mourn for you. Your widows are already ready for a regime change. All you women of the nations are ready for a regime change. They did a balloon pop. You know, they do those dating shows with the balloon popping. They did one of them joints with, and it was a Thai, like Thai women. And it was a Thai man, like the dating pop your balloon. All them, and it was nothing but man, if the scale is 8, 9s, and 10s in America, these Thai women were 12s and 15s and 20s, all right? And all they were saying, there was a Thai man in front of me, like, nah, we really like black men. That's what that's why I say women are engaged in themselves. So yesterday, to be quick, I was with my family yesterday, and you know, it was me, my wife, and my daughters. Now, for those, I'm gonna say where I was. For those that are familiar with the area, it was a park. But so I'm saying it in the senses of to give you an idea of where I was. I was in Buckhead region of Atlanta, right? I was in a very nice neighborhood, right? And we were playing. Our children were playing. Big park. This white woman, it's an Edomite woman and her child. Now this is I told you exactly where. It's a very nice neighborhood, okay? It's in Buckhead. It's a public park in a very nice neighborhood. And she came over, and that's why in the spirit, I'm gonna say this too. I want to do a lesson on this. I'm just thinking as I'm going as well. I've said this before. A lot of us as men, we deal with situations, and when it deals with the other nations, and our first reaction is normally from a place of it's racism. It doesn't mean that racism doesn't exist, but you got to understand and fathom your position, and you're a prince of the power. All right, they can try to hate you, but really they're captivated by us. So this so-called white woman walked over to where we were and just sat on the swings and couldn't care less about what her daughter was doing. She was just sitting there on the swing by me and my daughter, and was like, I'm like, damn, bitch, you want me to push you? And then as I walked, we were leaving, it was time to go, and I was like, man, she wanted to go. She wanted to go home with us. And she wanted to go. That's change. All right? It's over with for you so-called white people. Your time in the rulership position, you can scoff, you can scorn. Hey, 111. You could have your opinions. Your opinions are irrelevant. Most of you so-called white men under the age of 50, 40, you Gen X and Boomer, Gen X and Millennial men, y'all be the biggest ones complaining about what your Boomer fathers have done to the society and what you don't have and what you were promised. And you're the most defeated. You're the most defeated by all of this shit. You're defeated by how women look at you and treat you because you thought that it was a time where you as so-called white men, just being a white man, every woman wanted you. That was just enough. At one point, it really was just enough. You didn't need anything more than that. That was enough. Just being a so-called white man in America. Go back and watch, been on these timepieces. A rib got me watching this. Go back and watch Mad Men. Go back and watch Mad Men. You should go watch that, so-called white men, if you haven't. Because your grandfather, silent generation men, your grandfathers, your fathers, boomer men, oh man, they were living it up, man. They were getting equivalent of $1 million jobs, $500,000, $1 million jobs today with no degrees, no college degrees, no nothing. Just off of the fact that the boss liked you and was like, hey, we can train you to do this shit. Just hang around. We could use your charisma. You just had to be a charismatic, good-looking white man, and legitimately the world was yours. 30, 40, 50 years ago, keep going back. Not no more. Not no more. Every system that was set up to push us down and to set you up is crumbling. Psalms, the 17th chapter. You dug a pit. Psalm 17:8, 17:9. You dug a pit, but now you're falling into the very same pit you created. You created this system to keep us in forever debt. But now you're in forever debt. Now you're in outrageous debt. You think when you hear of credit card debt and all these most so-called black people don't even have credit cards. And if you do, the most you can put on your fucking credit card is a pair of sneakers. When they talk about trillions of dollars of credit card debt, whose debt is that? Trillions of dollars or billions of dollars of college debt. Who do you think that is? That's why it says in Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter, that these curses, all those that hated us and persecuted us, our enemies, all of these curses. Listen, man, you so-called God, you so-called white people, specifically you Edomites, man, because again, for the simple, you have black-skinned Edomites. You have brown-skinned Edomites. You got Chinese-looking Edomites because you so-called Edomites, you Edomites, you went around the world conquering. What do you think? That's colonialism. When you were going around and conquering these places, you was popping the women. You were in South America popping the women. You were in Central America popping the women. You were in North America, Canada. You were in Africa. A lot of them so-called Africans over there are Edomites too. A lot of you Chinese people are actually Edomites. As I say this, it's all a spiritual thing. This isn't a color thing. But a lot of you so-called white people are Edomites. Go read Genesis, the 25th chapter. Your forefather is Esau. You're Idumeans, 144. And these curses are about to fall upon you. It's time. You're struggling, man. You're struggling, man. That's why I say it's all propaganda and how they set up visuals to make us look like the bad guy. Well, it's the same thing on their side. They have they set up visuals to make them look innocent and wholesome and be the good guy. But that's not working anymore. Everything that you have put your hands to, and really, let me take it further, you little hats. Because there's this big discrepancy amongst you that you so-called, you hook noses and you so-called white people are not the same. Them weirdos over there in the land of Israel are Edomites as well. They're Amalekites. Amalek was the grandson of Esau. Therefore, an Edomite. All right? The world is waking up to how bugged out you all are. Your heritage and your culture of war and hate and destruction. The scriptures say in John, the devil cometh but to kill, steal. That's all you've done. Okay? But that change is coming, man. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. That was a spiritual song, man. It's been a long time coming, but it's here. Your whole system is changing. See, you so-called white people, you really lost. You lost your. Look at this shit, man. Fuck is my phone at, man? Hold on. Shit. Fuck. Ah, fuck it, I'm gonna go straight. Nigga walking down the street, sagging, with his pants literally up around his ankles, around his knees, walking. What the but see, this bugged out ass community, bugged out ass society allows for this shit. The change is coming, man. We just gotta patiently wait. I'm not gonna sit here and give you, hey, Lord, the scriptures say no man knoweth, but as a prophet of the Lord, and I say this with all humility, the Lord has given us the eyes to see and the ears to hear, to be able to perceive the times that we're in, to see the times are changing. See, the prophets don't need clocks and watches to tell the time. I can tell you what time it is. Right now, I'm telling you what time it is. Change is coming. And all of you have just been sitting back. You've been thinking, as the scriptures say, that your habitation shall continue forever and ever. You think that. You put your names on all these streets. You put your names on these buildings. You put your names on these countries, and you think your habitation is going to go on forever. But my man, do you got another thing? You got a rude awakening coming to you. That's why the Lord said in 1 hour, does all this come to naught, man. In 1 hour, all this shit, all of these Elliott Streets and Ivan Island Boulevards and in Columbia, South Carolina, Columbus, Georgia, Columbia, all that shit is about to disappear, man. All right. So with that, I'm about to close this up. Let's continue to sit back, brothers and sisters, and watch the change. Watch. Continue to watch the changes. All right. So with that, I'm going to close this up. I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders of great millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akyam that's out here pushing this word in truth and all sincerity. Shalom.